I didn't take a class, only because it wasn't supposed to be choreographed or rehearsed, you know. This was a very vulnerable moment for my character, and this was her first go in front of an audience at a pole. So it was meant to be clumsy and really raw and real. So, I mean, me and Scott didn't really talk about it until that day came along. He was like, yeah, so just go ahead. But it was fine. It worked out great.
Don't be good.
Yeah, you said don't be good. He came up to me after one take. He's like, maybe like try to stumble around a little bit. Like I tripped kind of on one take, and he's like, yeah, do that. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I can just be as sloppy as I can be, which made it easier and took a lot of the pressure off. I didn't get to spend any time with any of the other victims' families, but just hanging out with the woman who my character is based off of really gave me such a strong and solid foundation that I could take all the memories that she told me about and just meditate on them and make them my own. I also went out to a couple of strip clubs in Alaska and just hung out with the dancers and just kind of like feel out their environment and see like just life through their point of view. So it was nice. It was a lot of fun. I think the thing that shook me up the most was the flashback rape scene with John. Just because, I mean, you only see a little tiny snippet of it in the movie, and Scott kind of told us to just go ahead and do whatever we thought was right, and John made sure that like if I ever felt completely uncomfortable to let him know and we would call it off. But even though it was dark and very taxing emotionally, it was also kind of exciting just to be able to put myself in that situation with such an amazing actor and really just like feed off of each other and create something. And Scott didn't call cut for a good few minutes, so we really got to take it somewhere. And I remember afterwards I was like, okay, I gotta go home and like watch cartoons or something because I was shaken up. But he was very, very kind and made both him and Scott made me feel so comfortable that I knew I was safe. Smoked a lot of cigarettes, a lot. So much so that I never want to touch another cigarette ever again. The smell of it actually brings back the nauseous feeling that I would feel after finishing a scene and going through an entire pack of cigarettes. So my voice did not like me for that one little bit. But I mean, I was very fortunate to be able to do this with such an amazing cast and director. I like I said, I felt so safe and just guided along the way that it just made me feel comforted. And also just bringing life to a character that I had so much passion for. You know, she was so very near and dear to my heart, and I just wanted to bring as much light to her as possible and just make people realize that we all need someone to believe in us, you know. I think it's really amazing that she had someone who actually gave her validity and, like Scott was saying, made it feel like she had another fresh start. So I loved my character so much, and even though it was emotional, I knew that it was going to be for something that was bigger than myself. I put myself aside on the back burner and wanted to focus on her first and foremost.